Am I the butthole for wearing white as maid of honor while my friend is the bride? Edit. I didn't realize this would blow up overnight, and adding here that I do not consent to this being posted anywhere. My best friend Joy, female, 28, is getting married next year to her longtime partner. Recently she started wedding planning and asked me, female, 29, to be her maid of honor. We have been friends for nearly 20 years, and needless to say I was super excited. Joy has started planning, and it's been incredibly stressful for her. I have tried my best to be as supportive and helpful where I can, going above and beyond, daily discussions, fielding unwieldy family members, acting a buffer sometimes. I am prefacing with this because the next part is frankly bonkers, and I am having trouble processing. Last Sunday, Joy and I met with some of our friends for lunch. We are all vaccinated at this point. Since it was the first time seeing friends in a while, and we were going to a nice restaurant, I decided to dress up a little. It was pretty hot over the weekend, so I opted to wear an old, white linen dress to our gathering, one I have worn many times. I thought everything was totally fine, but I noticed Joy giving me strange looks at lunch and only talking in short responses with me. I brushed it off as stress, and when we got up to say goodbye, Joy left in a rush. When I got home, I had a bunch of angry texts from Joy saying she was disappointed in me and couldn't believe I would try to dull her shine during this special time. I was confused, asked her to elaborate. Apparently she was furious that I had dared to wear white while she was the bride-to-be. I was floored. I apologized, stating that I was sorry she was so upset, but that I wasn't sure how my wearing white to a casual friend's hang was a slight on her being a bride, nor how it was taking attention away from her. She flipped out and called me all sorts of names, and said she has no idea how she could have picked such an unsupportive and attention-grabbing maid of honor. I snapped a little and told her that while I respected she was getting married, that did not entitle her on a monopoly on the color white, and that while her wedding was the most important thing going on in her life, it was not the most important thing going on in other people's lives. Now I am aware that a bride generally wears white to wedding-related events and the guests should not, but this brunch was not wedding-related in the slightest. I feel especially sad since I feel that I have gone out of my way to help, and our past friendship has been very calm and loving. My friends are generally supportive of me. A few think I should have somehow had the foresight to see this apparently psychic abilities or another maid of honor requirement I missed, but think I should just try to make peace since she is clearly under a lot of stress. I do feel a bit bad, especially about the comment about her wedding not being the most important thing in my life, but am not budging. Am I the butthole? Edit. Thank you so much to everyone that replied. As some of you guessed, I can be a bit passive in my relationships, something I'm actively working on, and am I feeling immense guilt over my response to Joy's outburst. Joy and I have been friends most our lives, and the pandemic was the first stretch of time we had limited in-person contact since college. I know I've changed because of it, and so has she. Because of this, I do want to give her some benefit of the doubt, but we need to have a serious talk anyways. Now to answer some questions. Does Joy suffer from mental health problems? I mean, who doesn't? But Joy has struggled with anxiety for a while, which I can only assume was made worse due to everything the last year and this insane desire to put together the perfect post-COVID wedding. Is Joy having issues with her partner / having cold feet? Not that I know of. Did Joy wear white to the ill-fated lunch? Laughing out loud, no. Does Joy have body image issues / insecurities? This sounds like it could be a factor. Joy and I have quite different body types. I am several inches taller and built like a 2x4, while Joy is petite and has curves and is absolutely stunning. She has confided in me that she is insecure in her body before expressing jealousy to me, but I've tried to always brush it off as the grass is always greener. Was Joy's behavior to be expected, and that's why my friends think I should have seen this coming? Perhaps, but I think it's more likely that they think because I am her best friend I should be her keeper in some ways. Anyways, I've reached out to Joy, and we're going to get together this week and have a chat. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I read the title and thought you were talking about the wedding, and I was like, yes, duh, but a casual non-wedding related lunch, no. Not the butthole, not even a little. Consider not being her maid of honor. Sounds like a truly hellish experience is headed your way there. I was imagining original poster asking if it was okay to wear white because the bride picked out white bridesmaid dresses and was worried guests would think they're all buttholes. But no. Original poster's friend is just a crazy bridezilla that thinks she now has a monopoly on the color white at any and all events until her wedding, despite said events having nothing to do with her wedding at all. I hope the bride isn't attending anyone else's wedding before hers. This was exactly what I assumed too. Bride is est se. The Latin term is guanomaniacal. Thank you so much for this. I'm dying. I had the crappiest Monday and this cracked me up. I genuinely needed that laugh. Thank you. I hope you have a better day tomorrow. May the 4th be with you. I literally only understood the acronym once I read this. Thanks. For a second I went, wow, I don't remember that plot point in the Babysitter Club. If I were original poster, I'd cut my losses and opt out. This is a no-win situation. No matter what original poster does, or doesn't do, from here on out in regard to this bridezilla's wedding, it will never be right, according to the bridezilla. Run, original poster. Not the butthole, but bridezilla will make you feel like one up to and including throughout the wedding. Bride with veil, male sign, triangular flag on post. I think given the long friendship, I'd give the bride a chance. I'd say I understand that she's feeling stress about the wedding, but the tradition of not wearing white is for weddings, not around anyone who happens to be engaged. Something about you're upset that she feels you've been an unsupportive bridesmaid as you've gone out of your way to be there for her in this process. Leave a wide opening for an apology, but if it doesn't come, then she can kick rocks. I would say, when I received those texts from you, I felt upset by the tone, language and content because I have been working hard to be the best maid of honor I can be, and we had not discussed your view on the color white at non-wedding related events. In the future, if you have strong preferences related to the wedding that are not a part of our shared understanding of wedding traditions, I would appreciate it if you would let me know so that we can discuss them. I would also appreciate it in future that if you want to give me feedback on a choice I make, you do it in person so that we can discuss your perspective. Or a communion. Hate to see her blow up on an 8-year-old for wearing white in this the year of her wedding. A christening. She'd better not be allowed too near the baptismal font, eyes, best case, holy water everywhere. Not going to lie, I thought it would just be a quirky bride who thought it'd be fun to have the maid of honor wear white while she wears a different color in the wedding. It thought it would be the guests who flipped or something. Definitely didn't think this happened because of brunch. The F. She should drop out as maid of honor, let the bride try to find someone else to put up with her craziness. If she's going to flip out about something that stupid, who knows what's yet to come. You held flowers, how dare you? Only the bride can hold flowers. You're wearing a ring. Don't you know only brides can wear rings? You're stealing my bridal shine. Email her this. In light of my previous faux pas, I would like to step down as my role as maid of honor. I feel that I am not well versed in wedding etiquette enough to be in this role without causing you additional stress. That way it is a polite way of saying bye and dodging out of that crazy wedding. How dare you get married during my lifetime? Don't you know I can be the only bride this millennium? Not the butthole at all, but I am curious if Joy might have been under the impression that the casual lunch was to celebrate her engagement or to start planning. Could she have misread the situation and thought it was a wedding event? It still does not justify her behavior, but I am trying to understand her angry response after 20 years of friendship. As a side note, the social distancing of the past year has caused some of my attention-seeking friends to behave in some strange ways to get the attention they desire. It is odd and annoying, but I try not to take it personally. This seems like a bigger reflection of what is going on with her than with you, and I think the advice to gracefully step aside as maid of honor might have some value. If there is this much drama now, over what seems like a minor misunderstanding, imagine the drama when it comes to other events and decisions that may also not go her way. Wow. It never fails to amaze me how this subreddit can continually reveal new ways for a bride to be to create drama. Not the butthole. Not the butthole, I'm literally a bride, going to be married in 2 weeks. At my own bridal shower, a bridesmaid wore an off-white summer dress. I gave 0 F, she looked pretty. Your friend is being a bridezilla. Why did a bridal shower is pushing it? It's great that it didn't bother you, but for anyone reading this, just stay away from white at wedding-related events in the West. It's not worth the potential hurt and drama, and there are plenty of other colors to choose from. White is flattering for very few people anyway. This post is actually the first I've ever heard that you're not supposed to wear white to wedding-related events aside from the ceremony. That seems so over the top to me. I get why you obviously wouldn't wear it to something major like the ceremony or rehearsal, but unless someone shows up to your bridal shower/engagement party/celebratory lunch in an actual wedding dress, what's the harm exactly? The color seems completely meaningless outside the context of the ceremony itself. Thankfully, I don't wear a lot of white, so I doubt I've ever accidentally upset someone by doing this, but, wow, that's a new one for me. No wonder brides get so stressed out if this is the level of detail they expect to have control over. Same here. I've never heard that white is off limits either. The ceremony is 100% understandable. Reading the comments, I could understand the bridal shower being swept up into this tradition also, I guess? But each time I read this sub, I'm so glad my husband and I just went to the courthouse. I wore a navy blue sundress. No fuss, no crazy relatives, and no banishing colors for a year. Not the butthole. Why does a wedding have to be so complicated? My fantasy wedding includes getting drunk in Vegas and getting married by drunk Elvis, hungry face, that'd be a hoot. We got married by the Grim Reaper in Vegas. Phew, I've never heard of the don't wear white rule applied to wedding-related events, just in the context of the actual wedding. I'm glad you've written this, as I was starting to wonder if I was the only person who hadn't heard about some sort of widespread cultural norm. Congratulations. Not the butthole. So she expects for no one to be allowed to wear white around her until she gets married next year. I would buy a few white pieces just to spite her. Came here to say exactly this. Original poster is not the butthole. Yes, the bride-to-be is off her rocker thinking that everyone else in her friend group should not wear white. Original poster, if you want to really set her off, you should play the song To Defy the Laws of Tradition by the band Primus, which includes the following lyrics. Verse 2, why do brides wear virgin white? Most do not deserve that right. But to choose a color of their delight would surely bring on the frowns. Chorus, to defy the laws of tradition is a crusade only of the brave. To defy the laws of tradition is a crusade only of the brave, yeah. You are so not the butthole. Original poster. Not going to lie, I had to read this post twice. First time I thought you were talking about wearing white to the wedding, which would of course make you the butthole. But to a brunch? What? How is that even remotely offensive? Are you just not allowed to ever wear white ever again, because she got married? I'm so confused. Edit, I was so caught up in the ridiculousness I forgot to give a rating. Not the butthole, of course. The brunch wasn't even wedding related. What original poster needs to do to be petty to get a sash that says bride and give it to Joy and say, I figured this way, everybody will know you are the bride. And if they're feeling really petty, a matching crown. Not only a non-wedding related brunch, but one held a freaking year in advance. Can you imagine the level of crazy the bride will be spewing in the last 30 days before her wedding? Just nope the F right out of that crap show. Not the butthole. To quote Miranda from Sex and the City, you get one day. Bride doesn't get to tell you what to wear on other occasions, and she doesn't get a monopoly on white for non-wedding stuff. I give you a weekend, even. Not the butthole. Are you not supposed to wear white around engaged women? I'm really sorry, your lifelong best friend sucks. I get she's stressed and whatnot, but that's not a reason to act like that. I think you should just give it a little bit and try to talk to her about it. Not the butthole. The only time you shouldn't wear white is at the wedding/reception unless the bride requests it for the wedding/reception, and probably the rehearsal dinner. Any other event you're free to wear what you want. If I were in your position, I would back out of the Maid of Honor duties and just tell her that you're unable to fulfill the requirements you think she'll need. If she's having a fit about something as trivial as this, I would hate to see her reaction if she doesn't get exactly what she wants for wedding-related events. Not the butthole. Your friend is going a little cuckoo. Not the butthole. I've never heard of a bride being upset at someone wearing white outside of the wedding, maid of honor or not. She needs to get a grip. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.